Hi friends, good morning. Next video from Dhruva Edutainment and Vidu classes. Friends, this question from Unit 8, that is Applied Biology of Intermediate Second Year Geology, friends. So, what is our question, friends? Write briefly about different types of waves and intervals in an ECG. Friends, waves and intervals of ECG. Friends, so here you have to write about only waves and intervals, friends. So ECG has 4 components, friends. They are waves, intervals, segments and complexes. Out of these 4 you have to write only 2. What are those 2, friends? Waves and intervals only. See friends, what is ECG? ECG stands for electrocardiogram or electrocardiograph, friends. ECG or EKG, whatever it may be, friends. Electrocardiogram or electrocardiograph. Once again, friends, E for electro, C for cardio, G for gram, or electrocardiograph. Friends, cardio means what, friends? Cardiology, study of heart. So here ECG is an apparatus through which we can record the electrical changes of the heart. See, this ECG records electrical changes in the heart. So what is the use of ECG, friends? ECG records electrical changes in the heart. You know, friends, if you see the cardiac cycle has atrial systole, ventricular systole and joint diastole. So this is due to what, friends? Due to action potential or electrical changes. Okay, so those electrical changes are recorded by an apparatus. That apparatus is called as what, friends? ECG. So ECG records electrical changes in the heart. Generally, a normal ECG, friends. Normal ECG means in ECG of a healthy man consists 4 components. What are they? Waves, intervals, segments and complexes. Once again, friends, waves, intervals, segments and complexes. But in this question, this is short question, friends, 4 marks question. In this question you have to write about only 2, friends. What are they? Waves and intervals only. No need to write about the segments and complexes. But you know what are the components of the ECG? ECG has 4 components. What are they, friends? Waves, intervals, segments and complexes. Now come to waves, friends. What are waves? See, waves are the different upwards and downward deflections represented on the ECG. Once you see the ECG, friends, you will get an idea. See, friends. See, these are the upward deflections. These are the downward deflections. These are what, friends? Waves. P, Q, R, S, T. These are what, friends? P, Q, R, S, T. These are what, friends? Waves. Some waves are upward, some waves are downward. Generally, upward waves are positive waves, downward waves are negative waves, friends. So, this P, Q, R, S, T, these are what, friends? Waves. Waves. So, what are waves? This is ECG, friends. P wave, Q wave, R wave, S wave, T wave. Okay, friends. So, what are waves? Waves are the upward and downward deflections of the ECG. Once again, friends, what are waves? Waves are the different upwards and downwards deflections represented on the ECG. See, friends, these waves are the products of action potential. These waves are what, friends? These are the products of action potential. These are the products of electrical changes during heartbeat or during cardiac cycle. Just now I told, friends. So these waves are produced or these waves are formed on the ECG and the electrocardiograph due to what, friends? Due to cardiac cycle, due to atrial systole, due to ventricular systole, due to joint diastole, or you may say atrial contraction, ventricular contraction and ventricular relaxation. Okay friends. So these waves are the products of action potential during what friends? During heartbeat, or you may say cardiac cycle. See friends, the waves in a normal ECG record are named. See, what are the waves present in a normal ECG? What are the friends? P, Q, R, S and T. See, what are the waves friends? P wave, Q wave, R wave, S wave and T wave. Total 5 waves friends. P, Q, R, S and T. These are the waves which are recorded in the ECG friends. Now see friends. So out of these 5, we framed into only 3 friends. A typical ECG tracing of a normal heartbeat. Normal heartbeat friends. In a healthy man, in a healthy cardiac cycle. How many waves are there friends? P wave, QRS complex wave. See friends, QRS. These 3 together form only one wave. That is QRS complex wave and T wave. So you have to remember 3 words friends. P wave, QRS complex wave and T wave friends. Okay. Now we'll take one by one friends. First we'll take P wave. See, P wave is the first wave in the ECG friends. The P wave on the ECG represents atrial depolarization, atrial contraction or atrial systole. You have to write any one of these 3 friends. So P wave represents what? You know atrial systole friends. So if you see the ECG, the P wave represents. Now once again you see it friends. Now once again you see the P wave friends. See friends. So this P wave represents what friends? It represents atrial depolarization. Simply you say atrial systole or atrial contraction. So what is the P wave in the ECG? Or P wave represents what? Represents what friends? Atrial systole. Either you have to write atrial systole, or you have to write atrial contraction, or you have to write atrial depolarization friends. You know what is depolarization? Change in the ionic balance. So negative ions move ECF, positive ions move ICF. That is called as what friends? Depolarization. Friends, depolarization. So P wave represents what? See friends, P wave. This is P wave. It represents atrial systole or atrial contraction or contraction of the atria, or you may say atrial depolarization. This P wave is positive wave. Just now I told friends, it is upward wave. All upward waves are what friends? Positive waves. Okay friends. Once again friends, what is P wave? P wave is the first wave. This P wave represents the atrial depolarization or atrial contraction or atrial systole. It is a positive wave friends. So what is positive wave? Friends, please no need to write the definition of positive wave. But you know P wave is a positive wave. You will get this question in the MSET and NEET. What is positive wave? Positive wave means flow of electrical current towards the lead. It is an upright wave. So you know friends, at the time of ECG, the doctors arrange 12 leads on the body of the patient. They are called as leads friends. If the electrical flow moves towards the lead, that is called as what friends? Positive wave. Okay friends. Now it is upward. Just now I told friends, it is upright wave. Okay friends. Now P wave shows origin of impulse at the sinoatrial node. You know friends, SA node is called as pacemaker. It initiates the contraction of the heartbeat. So P wave shows what? It shows origin of impulse at the sinoatrial node or SA node, and it spreads to both atria. So P wave indicates what friends? Origin of impulse at the SA node or at the pacemaker. From pacemaker it spreads to the atria of the heart through both atria friends, right atrium and left atrium. Okay friends. Now see friends, normal duration of the P wave is 0.1 seconds. You know friends, what is the duration of the atrial systole? 0.1 seconds. Here also it is normal duration of the P wave is what friends? 0.1 seconds. Once you recall the atrial systole, friends, atrial systole of the cardiac cycle, atrial systole of the working of the heart, then it is easy to us to know about the P wave. Once again, friends, what is P wave? It's the first wave, it's a positive wave, it represents atrial depolarization or atrial contraction or atrial systole. Its duration is 0.1 milliseconds. Okay, friends, or 0.1 seconds. Now come to the QRS complex waves. QRS complex of waves. Friends, there is Q wave, R wave and S wave. These three together form QRS complex of waves. See friends, it is a wave after P wave. After P wave we have QRS complex waves. Friends, after P wave we have what, friends? QRS complex waves. Once you see, friends, this is a P wave, friends. QRS complex wave. These three together constitute one wave, that is QRS complex wave. QRS complex wave, friends. So this QRS complex, see friends, in the QRS complex, Q wave is downward wave, R wave is upward wave, S wave is downward wave. So Q wave is negative wave, R wave is positive wave, S wave is negative wave. See friends, Q wave is negative wave, R wave is positive wave, S wave is negative wave. Okay friends, now come to QRS complex wave. See, it is a wave after P wave. This QRS complex wave represents what, friends? Depolarization of ventricles or ventricular systole. Friends, or ventricular contraction. You have to write any one of these four, friends. Depolarization of the ventricles, or ventricular systole, or ventricular contraction, or excitation of the ventricles. Okay friends, now Q wave is a small negative wave. Just now I shown it to you, friends. Q wave is a small negative wave. Negative wave means what, friends? Flow of current away from the lead. It is the downward wave. Next, R wave is tall positive wave. You know, friends, R wave is tall positive wave and S wave is a negative wave. Q wave is small negative wave, R wave is tall positive wave, once again S wave is negative wave. See friends, QRS, out of these three waves, only R is the positive wave, Q and S are what, friends? Negative waves. See, what is the normal duration of the QRS complex waves? It is 0.08 to 0.1 seconds, friends. 0.08 to 0.1 seconds, friends. Now come to T wave, friends. It is the last wave, P wave, QRS complex wave and T wave. It is the last wave. It represents what? It represents ventricular repolarization, friends. Means ventricular diastole. So in first two waves, we said depolarization. In the P wave, atrial depolarization. In QRS complex wave, ventricular depolarization. In T wave, ventricular repolarization. That is means what, friends? Ventricular diastole or ventricular relaxation, friends. Now it is a positive wave. Normal duration of T wave is 0.2 seconds. 0.2 seconds, friends. Now see the difference, friends. If you by heart this, it is enough to us, friends. See P wave, first wave, positive wave, atrial depolarization, 0.10 seconds. QRS complex wave, second wave, negative wave, ventricular depolarization, 0.08 to 0.10 seconds. T wave, last wave, positive wave, ventricular repolarization, 0.20 seconds. Okay friends, this is about the difference between P wave, QRS complex wave and T wave. Okay friends, now come to intervals. What are the intervals? Interval is the time between, friends, interval is the time between one segment and one or more waves of ECG. Friends, what is interval? Interval is the time between one segment and one or more waves of the ECG. The intervals of ECG are three types, friends. PR interval, QT interval and RR interval. So how many intervals are there, friends? Three intervals are there. PR interval. Second one is QT interval. Third one is RR interval. First we'll take PR interval, friends. What is the first one, friends? PR interval. See, friends, it is a time or it is the interval between the onset of P wave. Onset means what, friends? Beginning of the P wave and onset of Q wave or beginning of the Q wave. So the time between, the interval between beginning of the P wave and beginning of the Q wave. Onset of the P wave, that is atrial depolarization and ventricular depolarization. The time between, the gap between, the interval between onset of P wave or beginning of the P wave and beginning of the Q wave or QRS complex wave is called as what, friends? PR interval. Its duration is what, friends? 0.1 to 0.20 seconds. 0.1 to 0.20 seconds. Now come to QT interval, friends. It is the interval between the beginning of Q wave and end of the T wave. Friends, what is QT interval? See, in the PR interval, what we have discussed, friends, both are beginnings only. In the QT interval, one is the beginning of the Q wave, another one is the end of the T wave. The time interval between beginning of the Q wave, end of the T wave is called as what, friends? QT interval. It depends what, friends? Ventricular depolarization or ventricular repolarization, both, friends. It depends both, friends. Ventricular depolarization as well as ventricular repolarization. Its time is what, friends? Its time is, duration is 0.4 seconds. Now come to RR interval. So it is the duration of one cardiac cycle. Friends, once you see friends, this is R, this is one cardiac cycle. Next, another cardiac cycle starts here, friends. PQRS. PQRS. So this is one R, this is another R. This is one cardiac cycle, this is another cardiac cycle. So what is RR interval? RR interval means what, friends? It is the duration of one cardiac cycle is called as RR interval. Duration of one cardiac cycle is called as what, friends? RR interval. It is a time elapsed, time completed between what, friends? Two successive RR waves. What is RR interval? It is a time elapsed between two successive RR waves or two successive cardiac cycles. What is the normal duration of the RR interval? It is 0.8 seconds, friends. You know, for completion of cardiac cycle, we require what? How much time? It's 0.8 seconds. See, friends, 60 divided by 72 heartbeats in 1 minute. That is 0.8 seconds. This is about what, friends? RR interval. Now, once again, you see the waves and intervals, friends. PQRST waves, RR interval. Okay, friends. This is the normal ECG, friends. Normal ECG. Once again, you see, friends, in the P wave. In the P wave, electrical impulse start at the SAN sinoatrial node and spread to the both atria, friends. So this is called as atrial systole. In the QRS complex, action potential enters into the ventricles. This is ventricular systole. In the T wave, it is the repolarization of the ventricles. Okay, friends. This is about the P, Q, R, S and T waves. Now see, once again, friends, atrial P wave, atrial depolarization, QRS, ventricular depolarization. Next, T wave, ventricular repolarization. See, friends, this is PR interval. Now, QRS interval, QT interval and RR interval. Okay, friends, this is about what, friends? Describe about what? Once again, what is our question, friends? Write about the, friends, write briefly about different types of waves and intervals in ECG. Okay, friends, thank you. Good day.